Hey, what's up, guys? It's Richard again. I'm out here wandering around the woods of the Ozarks, trying to bring information to you that you need. I see a lot of questions about how to build a proper solar power generation system. There's a lot of information out there. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. A lot of it is nuanced, but the biggest problem with the content on the internet today is that there's no process, chronological order that you can follow to put the data together that you need to decide the components you need, the system you're going to build, the load you're going to power, where you live, who might have jurisdiction over your property to determine what you can build and place there, who can point you in the right direction for the components you need. There's a lot of content and a lot of very, very good content on the internet. You can find tons of information about individual components, breakdowns, unboxings, people going through the meat and potatoes of the function of things, where the weaknesses are, customer complaints. There is tons of information out here for all of that. What we're trying to do here is take you through a linear process where things are simple. We want to take the confusion out of it, take the difficulty out of it, because it really is simple. It sounds like a bunch of complicated mathematics and a lot of learning, and it is to a degree. But when you can hone in on the things that are important, the process becomes simple. So what we're going to do is walk through that process from inception to use. And that'll be coming out in an ebook that is off to the editor now. When we get that book back, it will be completely free. I want everybody to have it that can have it. I want to get it in your hands and allow you to have the resources you need. So that even if you go somewhere else to find the long content, the nuts and bolts, the meat and potatoes, if you would call it that, we'll get you through the process here. Accompanying that, eventually we'll have a long format video tutorial series that will be like a companion to that, and it'll walk you through all those pieces in detail, the mechanics of them, the installation process, the theories, all the complicated things. Right now we're trying to get you to a situation where you have some comfort in your understanding and your knowledge and the application. If that sounds like something you need or somebody you know needs, subscribe here. Like the video, like all of our videos, share them to somebody. Go spam your Facebook groups and tell people that you need to give them this message, just like I need to give it to you. Bring them back here. Show them the videos. It costs nothing to watch this video and to pick up a free ebook. And I guarantee you're going to find information in that ebook that's going to be useful for you. It is not a highly technical book, but it is technical enough that will get you to where you need to go to build your system. That is the plan of it. When I designed it and wrote it, the intention was to make it entry level and uncomplicated and sufficient to get you through all the phases, the planning, the building, the use, straight to the end, where you want to be. You don't want to be here watching this video, obviously. You don't want to be on the internet watching 100 different videos. You don't want to read an ebook. Nobody enjoys any of that. Well, some people enjoy those things, but most of us don't. So what you want is to get from point A to point B, but you need a bridge to get you there. That's the intention of the book. If you get that free book, and it's not sufficient to get you from A to B, again, we're going to have a tutorial series. It will get you from A to B. We're going to cover a lot of different material. We will eventually get into more substantial topics and more difficult topics, but we've intentionally left the complicated topics out so that the book isn't overwhelming, so that you don't get 2 chapters into it and decide that this is too much, I need to hire somebody, or I'm not capable of this, it's outside of my specific knowledge. So we'll make it uncomplicated, and you're just going to need to pick it up and read it. It's going to be a short read, probably 40 to 50 minutes, probably come out in the neighborhood of 30 pages or so. There'll be some pictures in there to help you identify the things and components we're talking about, but most of it will just be reading, examples, some exercise math, and experience. And then from there, you're going to have to choose how you implement it. you should be able to take the book and run. There's going to be some things in it that you're going to have to read a few times. They're going to be concepts, and there will be some mathematics in there that you may not grasp, but they'll be explained well enough that after your first, second, or third time of reading them, you'll finally have a grasp on them. Probably things you've heard in other videos and in reading web forums, but those videos haven't explained it in detail, because you really need, some people learn visually and you kind of need that, but you can also have a visual representation in written format. So we'll walk you through things like series and parallel, understanding how to calculate loads, understanding how to determine your daily consumption. And those things aren't necessarily easy calculations, but they can be. They're not so complicated that you can't figure them out with a little bit of information and somebody to point you in the right direction. So if any of that sounds useful to you or to somebody you know, hang out here, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and go over and annoy everybody you know by giving it to them also. And that way they don't complain to me, they complain to you. Because I'm already annoying enough people just by making these videos. You see this fly buzzing around my head. They won't leave me alone here in the Ozarks, so we just go with them. But we can go back in the house and sit in front of a fan. That sun way up there in the sky is it's running that fan right now. Air conditioning, the sun can run that. It can run a lot of things in your house. It can run anything in your house, actually. It just really comes back to your budget. And we've got some tips for that too. So hang out here. Don't be shy. If you want to leave a comment, if you want to tell me, hey, you're an idiot, I don't think you know what you're talking about, leave that comment. We appreciate every comment. So we're not into censoring people. We're not into creating a cult or a niche in the market or the internet or YouTube where varying opinions aren't allowed, and where people feel stupid, or where beginners are put down. We're not into any of that. So the goal here is just to educate, to bring you from where you are, which is probably like me, you're probably lost in the woods, the woods of solar at least, and to bring you forward into a working system that doesn't have to be complicated, doesn't have to cost a fortune. Realistically, you know, you can build a very, very small budget-minded system that will run your fan and keep you from sweating. If you live out someplace like me, at nighttime here, it's hot and humid. You know, when middle of summer gets here, you know, our house may be 75 or 80 degrees overnight, but the humidity will still be high. So you definitely want the fan around the clock at a minimum, preferably air conditioning, and you can build that too. But, you know, a small system that you can build for, you know, $1,000 or less can power a lot of things, keep you out of the dark, and allow you to enjoy some amenities like being able to charge your electronic devices and being able to have a, you know, remote lifestyle with internet and things like that still. But the more you can spend, the better it gets. You know, if you can spend $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, you can put together a system that, given the size of your property or your structure, or wherever you're going to use it at for whatever purpose, can mimic or replicate grid power. It just really comes down to knowing what you're going to use and building a system around it. It's always good, obviously, to overbuild. You don't want to build a system to its capacity and use it that way every day. It'd be no more intelligent than buying a one-ton truck and loading it like a dump truck every day. It's not built for that. It can be used for that occasionally, but it's not built for that purpose. So what you want is to get a system that is designed and built, tested, theoretically and in the field, that will meet the needs of your consumption. Consumption's in a couple different forms, obviously. Your daily consumption is just the entire load of your property over the course of a 24-hour period. And that could be peaks and valleys in your usage. Obviously, when the evening comes, you probably have more lights on. That's when people settle down a lot of the time. They're going to use more electronics, which for solar is the problem. That's where the sun goes down and your usage goes up. Inversely, for some people, the problem with solar is production, because during the daytime, they have the need for solar for air conditioning and may not have enough production. So everybody's in a different boat. There's a way to solve every one of those problems, though, without going across YouTube for 300 different videos that leave you more confused than when you found them. Lastly, the goal of this channel will be to be interactive with the audience. So I want to have questions come in and be able to answer those in video format. And if it requires me to do a demonstration or a walkthrough or some other form of complicated explanation other than just saying, hey, Joe, I got your question. The number is 12. I'm happy to do that. I'd like to do that because the goal is to get you from A to B. And I understand that the way to do that is different for everyone. So some of you will pick up the ebook and be like, can't believe this is free. It's everything I need. Thanks. Hopefully you'll tell somebody else to come grab it too. Others will look at it and say, you could have given this to me with the Rosetta Stone and I still wouldn't understand it. So give me a video series and let me know that content in that manner. And we can do that. That's the plan. Bring you through the process, whatever it takes. No quitting, whatever it takes. That's what we're going to do. So if you don't want to see me out here sweating in the woods anymore with bugs all around me, just subscribe now and like this video and share it to your social medias so we can get like 1,000 people in here, 10,000 people in here. And more particularly, we want them in the Facebook group because that's where we can interact. This is a slow process here. It's great for the video content. It's great to be able to bring you in here and set something on a bench and show you how it works or walk through a process with you. But it's not great for engagement. So if you type a comment here, I may not see it till tomorrow. If you're in the Facebook group and I can get in that group 2 times a day and answer questions or point you in the direction to get the answers to your questions, that's a lot more beneficial to you. So more than building this channel, we'll be building the Facebook group because we don't care about YouTube's monetization here. That's not the goal. I mean, if you guys want to hang out and the channel gets monetized and I get, enough money to buy a sandwich every month, that's fine too. But that's not the purpose. The purpose will be get you the ebook so you can learn the material. Then we'll get to the long content. This is just the medium that we're going to communicate through for the video formats. Come over to Facebook, man. Hang out. We'll probably have some people jump in our group over there that are complete jerks. It's the internet, so if this is your first day, they're going to be there, just so you know. We'll give them the boot, we don't need them. The goal will be that you feel comfortable that when you ask any question, the answer you get is a respectful answer, is appropriate and applicable, and that you don't feel like you are an idiot asking those questions. Because there are dumb questions, but dumb questions come from dumb people, and there's a difference between being dumb and being ignorant. Most of you watching this are probably ignorant about solar, and that's fine. We're not born with every piece of information we need for life, so you have to go learn it somewhere. So you can ask your questions, and we will answer them to the best of our ability. You're probably going to come up with some crazy stuff that I'm like, hold on a second, I got to understand exactly what you mean in the first place. But we will work to get there, and if I can't get you there, I'll point you in the direction to get you there. Some of this stuff's going to be outside of my hands. You're going to have questions that are going to be, pertinent to people that are specific to your area, manufacturers, stuff like that. But through the process here, we'll be working with some manufacturers to try to get, if we can, a front line to some support and information and anything extra that we can dig up. And all that comes, honestly, from your ability to stay here on this channel, right here. Here's the camera. Stay on this channel, subscribe, like the videos, to get the YouTube algorithm to send more people here, because the manufacturers do not care about a guy with a camera in the woods sweating and swatting flies. They care about the fact that there are numerous people watching this channel that need their information also. Then they will bring it through that conduit that they can find to get that information out. So we have to get some subscription up here. We have to get people into the Facebook group. Right now, the group is very low membership, and that's fine, because I understand that nothing here can be done and built in a day. But if you are watching this and you find this useful, and you saw somebody in a Facebook group somewhere that you're a member of asking a question that you thought I could probably answer, that might be answered in that ebook, or that group could specifically address, and perhaps you saw them be ridiculed, or most of the comments weren't really sensible, send them our way. Bring them over to the group. Let's get it full of people who need to learn and don't want to deal with idiots. That's the key. We need to get people in the group, keep the idiots out, and then we can build things together. So the free ebook will be about a week from now. It's at the editor's because I am a chubby dude in the woods, not an author. So he's probably got to tell me that I need a Grammarly keyboard because I probably wrote something that's 5th grade level. That doesn't mean the material's bad. It just means that I probably have poor grammar. Anyway, go check that out when it comes out. Be in that group. I'll drop it there first. There'll be a notice here, of course, if you don't want to go to Facebook. If you don't like Facebook, I get it. I don't like Facebook. But it's a great place for people to meet, and there are literally billions of people there. So if you want to help the most people you can, and you want to get content to the most people you can, you go to where the most people are, and that's Facebook, unfortunately. So come hang out with us. That group on Facebook is the same as this channel. Beginners, DIY, Offgrid Solar. If you go to the page, it's a public group. If it gets enough membership and we get scammers and jerks coming into the group, we'll make it private. Give some admission questions. Right now I want to make it accessible for anybody, easy to find. The way you'll know you're in the right group, when you open the group and you see this chubby guy in the woods on a video there, you'll probably see my 3 dogs in the videos. You'll know you're in the right spot. So come hang out, drop your questions, or just tell me, hey, shut up, nobody cares. We don't need to hear you in the woods anymore with flies around your head. And I will shut up. I won't be discouraged because I know somebody needs the help because I see the questions every day. The content on YouTube says that there is interest in this topic. So let's do it. We'll figure it out. Till next time, you guys take care. Don't lose any sleep over what you're going to spend your money on. We'll figure that part out here too. Take care.